What's up, adventurers? Jeff back with the update. March the 8th, 2023. First off, I want to apologize for my crappy appearances on Paul Knapp's live stream. I've had some technical difficulties with the sound. I kind of think I figured it out. I should have known what I was doing from the beginning, but sometimes my mind's not always in the right place. But I think I've got those technical difficulties figured out, so I really look forward to participating more effectively in the next few live streams I'm on. It just pisses me off when I have technical difficulties. I'm not really able to be a part of the group, and I kind of just was on the sidelines feeling like an idiot last two times I was on there. So fingers crossed I got that all figured out moving forward. So me and Paul are going to try to do an experimental test run and make sure that everything's fixed. Second, I got some really cool head sculpts in from White Elephant Toys of their Super Joe and Combat Joe lines. Very cool. If you haven't seen, Peter from the Skull Reviews did a really good review of those figures, and also Newbie Modder has a short out there as well with those figures. So give both those guys a check and check out those videos. I'm far out a ways on doing anything with those as I get my workshop done, which brings me to my next thing. I'm doing demo right now in the workshop. I hope to get a bunch of it done this weekend, weather permitting. I don't know if you can tell right now, but I have a cold. Typhoid Ollie has struck again and brought home another cold from preschool, which he has given to me. So I'm been a little under the weather last few days. I haven't really felt like doing much, but I will be hopefully working on my workshop this weekend as well. I've wrapped up some videos that I think you guys are really going to like. I hope everybody liked the muscle body video as well. It may have been underwhelming for some of you guys, and some of you guys, you may have thought it was really cool. Either way, I really enjoyed doing that video. I also picked up this cool Star Wars figure at Walmart for $22.04. It was discounted $9.45 from the original retail price because of the damaged box. I found it in the clearance section. I would have normally bought it, but it was Boba Fett, and it was on clearance. I think the biggest thing is it was on clearance for still $22.04 for a 1/12 scale figure, which brings me to the Hasbro live stream that finally aired today, which I should start out my analysis of that by saying my name's Jeff. My pronouns are LOL. What a circus Hasbro is. I won't go into any details, but I know like the last few of our live streams we've talked about the toy industry and whatnot, but basically it comes down to this, in my opinion, with Hasbro. They're being floated by their licenses, which they have to pay an exorbitant amount of money out to Lucasfilm and Disney, Marvel, to continue to sell those action figures at stupid prices. You see a lot of those figures on clearance, like this figure here, when you go to Walmart, because a lot of stuff's not selling. There's actually not a lot of stuff available anyway, because scalpers buy a lot of stuff and try to sell it in the aftermarket. But they're just basically rehashing all their Real American Hero stuff in 1/12. There's no creativity or fresh new ideas. It's just basically Hasbro with a team of clowns trying to sell you a figure that's already been done in 3 3/4 in a brand new scale. Granted, there's a lot of cool things on the figures, a little more detail, but I would prefer to see G.I. Joe go in a brand new direction. We had the 1964 to 1970 military era. We had the Adventure Team from 70 to 76. We had Super Joe from 77 to 78, which failed. But I think would have worked better had it been a 3 3/4 line with vehicles. like Hooded Cobra Commander 7888 talked about, vehicles driving the action figure lines. Then you had Real American Hero, which ran from 82 to 94. And then basically after that, you've just had, you had the Classic Collection and the Hall of Fame. The Classic Collection most notably did a lot of cool modern realistic figures. And then Sigma 6 was kind of a failure. And then after that, it's basically just been rehashing successful Real American Hero lines. The problem is every era of G.I. Joe has created something new except for this modern era. We're still stuck in the Real American Hero nostalgia era. And I get it, because people from the original run of that line have money now and are able to buy stuff. Most people maybe not have money or are still buying stuff on credit card, which is another topic and discussion for a later date. But I just think that Hasbro's lost its ability to create something new, and they're basically sticking with what they think works, knowing that the only people that are going to buy them are the adult collectors with money. So there's really been no incentive to develop a brand new direction for G.I. Joe. You saw Mattel kind of hit and miss with that with Masters of the Universe. The He-Man Origins line's done fairly well. The He-Man verse line maybe not so well, and then the He-Man line from the Netflix kids cartoon, it didn't do well at all. I think they finally ended up canceling that. I just don't think there's any creativity left anymore. I think you're seeing it in the movie industry. Nobody really makes original movies anymore. It's all just rehashes of shit, other than some fringe stuff. But it's just the world we live in right now. I don't think we're ever going to see a 12-inch line of G.I. Joe figures ever again. I think we're basically going to have to rely on Cotswold and other manufacturers and small boutique manufacturers to do stuff like that. I just don't think Hasbro has any interest in revisiting the Adventure Team or any type of new direction. I just don't think they can. I just don't think they have the people to do it. Not to criticize all of them, because I have a lot of criticisms, but there's a lot of money invested in this stuff, and I just don't think they're willing to invest the money and time into trying to create something new and possibly failing. So they're just going to stick with the old, keep doing classified until people stop buying it or whatever. And that's about probably going to be the swan song of G.I. Joe for another 10 or 15 years. So I have no confidence in Hasbro. I actually just watch the live streams now to watch the clown show. So it is what it is. I don't really care. I'm a 1/6 guy. I have my 1/6 friends in the Axis of Awesome, and I think we're all creating a really cool thing right now, which brings me to the last thing I want to say. A lot of new channels are starting to pop up, which is great. I've had a lot of people email me with projects that they've done lately, guys who have created brand new channels. I plan when I come back in April or May of doing some spotlights on some people who have emailed me with their channels. And I really think it's cool that this I guess a cult following is growing with the Axis of Awesome, and I really appreciate it. And I think it's important that all the members of our group, our community, support each other and try to promote each other as much as possible. Rising tide raises all ships, and I try to do that whenever somebody puts out a new video. I share it on my Instagram stories and link to it, and because I want everybody to do great. I want the channels that don't have as many followers as me to get more followers than me. I want everybody to do the best that they possibly can do, because I think it helps the whole hobby. We're not in a competition, we're in a community, and I think it's something everybody needs to be aware of and support each other. So that includes retailers like Cotswold Collectibles, Grunga Toys, Macmillan Hobbies, Huckster Industries. Everybody should be reaching out to these channels that give them free advertising, and then in turn promoting their stuff. And that's important. Like I said, a rising tide raises all ships, and it benefits when the newest channel that didn't have enough followers is doing well. It benefits all the rest of us. So I just wanted to say that. Other than that, guys, I'm going to go inside and drink some chicken broth and try to get better. So keep living the adventure, and cheers.